I wiped down a sticky countertop, my reflection staring back at me. Crimson. Even the name felt heavy tonight. I had seen something impossible. Something unexplainable. The cut on Jenny's arm had healed right before my eyes. She'd given me a warning that still rang in my head. Forget it ever happened. Some things are best left alone, but I couldn't forget. Curiosity, a relentless itch, gnawed at me. I had to know the truth behind Crimson, behind the impossible healing. This place wasn't just a bar, it was something else entirely. And I was going to find out what. Leaving felt wrong, like turning my back on something important, something dangerous. And despite everything, everyone at Crimson had welcomed me with open arms when I had needed it the most. I knew, deep down, running wouldn't bring me the peace I craved. It wouldn't answer the questions swirling in my mind. Only one thing could do that, uncovering the truth. The night roared around me, laughter, music, the clinking of glasses. Crimson was alive, a whirlwind of motion and sound. But I only saw my target, the basement door, tucked away behind a faded velvet curtain. I needed to get answers, and I had to start somewhere. My heart pounded against my ribs. I waited for my moment. Once Mark started chatting with one of the regulars, I took my chance. A large part of the night's crowd started to surge towards the makeshift dance floor, and I quickly slipped through the gap. My hand brushed against the heavy curtain. One swift movement, and I was through. Darkness enveloped me. The sounds of Crimson faded, replaced by an unsettling silence. A single bulb cast long, eerie shadows across the damp basement floor. Dust motes danced in the dim light. The air hung heavy, thick with the scent of mildew and something unknown. I shivered, dreading going forward yet excited at the same time. Fear pricked at my skin, but I pushed on. Everything seemed normal at first, nothing out of place. Crates of different colored bottles were pushed against the cold walls. Then my gaze stopped upon a wooden door set deep within the stone wall. It looked old, almost out of place in the otherwise unremarkable basement. No handle, no hinges, just a smooth surface of dark aged wood. But something about it drew me in. This door, I instinctively knew, held the answers I sought. I reached out my hand, pushing against the splintered wood. Nothing. I should have known it would be locked. And it was only a matter of time until Mark noticed I was gone. Frustrated, I ran back up the darkened steps. Only one thought now filled my mind. Everything locked could be opened. You just needed the right key. The key. My mind raced back to the night Jenny had been hurt. I remembered glimpsing a strange, ornate key on Norm's keychain as he had been locking up for the night. With everything that had happened, this detail had seemed inconsequential at the time. Norm, the towering bouncer with a gruff exterior that barely masked the teddy bear he was on the inside. He was the only one who ever ventured down to the basement. It only made sense he would have the key for the mysterious door. An idea sparked in my mind. Risky, maybe crazy, but it just might work. I waited until closing time, barely able to focus on my work. As Norm was saying goodbye to the last customers out the door, I made my way towards him. "How was your night?" I asked. "Any troublemakers?" "Nah," he shook his head. "The opposite. A striking dame gave me her number. Do you think I should invite her for a Netflix and chill?" I couldn't help but laugh. "Maybe try asking her to dinner first," I replied. We made our way to the bar, and as Mark and Norm chatted, I began to clear the half-empty glasses scattered on the countertop. Once my tray was filled, I made my way past Norm. Both him and Mark were distracted, making it easy for me to pretend to stumble. Red wine splashed across Norm's black pants, covering the entire front. "Oh my God, Norm, I am so sorry," I exclaimed, feigning distress. "Let me help you clean that up." "It's not a big deal," he protested, but he did allow me to dab at the stain. My fingers brushed against his pocket, then against the keychain hanging from it. It was easy to spot the old key in a mix of modern ones. A jolt of excitement ran through me as I carefully wrapped my fingers around it and unhooked it from the chain. I was now one step closer to the truth. The key was cold and heavy in my palm. Intricately carved, it felt ancient, whispering of forgotten secrets. I stared at the wooden door, my heart pounding in my chest. Norm had left, and I had convinced Mark I could close up by myself so he could get home early. There wasn't a soul left at Crimson except for me. This was it. This was the moment of truth. Taking a deep breath, I inserted the key into a small, almost invisible keyhole. It fit perfectly. With a soft click, the lock disengaged. The air grew heavy, charged with anticipation. I pushed the door open, stepping into the unknown. Whatever lay beyond, I knew one thing for sure. Crimson's secrets were about to be revealed.